California Governor Gavin Newsom is now calling his city's homeless encampments unacceptable, which is odd since he's the guy who, made them acceptable, turning sidewalks into red carpet events for drug addicts, thieves, and unemployed CNN anchors. On Monday, he urged cities to ban the camps from sidewalks, parks, and other public areas. So after years of denying the problem, he's now pretending.
I was on KBLA yesterday, with my friend Tavis Smiley. I'm an investor and a supporter of that station. And he said, "Who do you want for the president?" I mentioned, "I think you'd be good at the job. Not this year, we know."
Dems are now the party of disorder. Turns out the only system they had was wokeism, and it rotted any basic principles the party had to begin with. Which is why, like Gavin himself, they're left looking at 2028's hopes going up in flames. And this time, no one is going to help them.
Meet Gavin Newsom, the governor who turned California into the cover of a lifestyle magazine while the state itself crumbled behind the scenes. Outside, it's chaos. Homelessness exploding, crime weaving through tent cities like vines. Entire neighborhoods decaying into lawless encampment. But inside, Governor Gavin's hair is perfectly styled, his smile camaraderie, and his go-to line rehearsed to perfection. "We're moving in the right direction." It's the political equivalent of a fashion show catching fire, and the lead model, calmly declaring, "The lighting in here is fantastic." Today, California's most booming export isn't tech or entertainment, it's U-Haul trucks. People are fleeing the state like passengers escaping a sinking ship, while Captain Newsom stays behind on deck, taking selfies. Because here's the truth, Gavin isn't upset about the homelessness, the crime, or the urban collapse. He's upset that you started noticing. He's not battling the disaster, he's managing the optics. And in the Newsomverse, as long as the lighting is right and the buzzwords flow, the smoke, needles, and boarded up storefronts are just part of the aesthetic. While the public was locked down, children trapped behind screens for online school, and small businesses boarded up, Gavin Newsom was dining like royalty. Not just any dinner, a 12-course gourmet feast at the French Laundry, one of the most exclusive restaurants in the world. No mask, no distancing, no shame. His public motto, stay home, stay safe. His private lifestyle, stay fancy, stay fed. This is the same leader who urges Californians to conserve water and then shows up at a golf course ribbon-cutting ceremony where artificial waterfalls flow in the background. The same governor who champions equity in his speeches and then signs off on policies that benefit the elite, while the middle class drowns in taxes and red tape. Because at the core of Gavin Newsom's political philosophy lies a simple, unspoken rule: if it looks good, it must be working. To him, governance is theater, optics over outcomes, symbols over substance. And if the script sounds progressive and the setting looks polished, the people are expected to applaud, even if everything around them is falling apart. Now that the scent of a presidential race is in the air, Gavin Newsom has suddenly undergone a political makeover, reinventing himself as a new man. Gone is the ultra-progressive firebrand in his place. A self-proclaimed moderate and common-sense politician, at least. That's the costume he's trying on for the national stage. Translation: forget the last 10 years of mismanagement, failed policies, and political theater. This is the new Gavin, fresh shirt, calmer tone, rebranded image, but the same old tricks beneath the surface. And yet, the absurdity remains glaring. The man who couldn't manage California now wants to run the United States. That's like a chef who burnt a simple pot of rice, insisting he's ready to cater a 5-star wedding. New wardrobe, recycled promises, and a painfully familiar outcome: a heap of broken policy leftovers just served on a national platter. This time, because behind the repackaging and rehearsed humility, it's still the same Newsom playbook: slick, shallow, and spectacularly disconnected from the mess he left behind. Every Gavin Newsom speech sounds like it was pulled straight from a motivational video. We're moving forward. We're building an inclusive future. We are the face of change. But step outside the press conference and the picture changes fast. The streets are littered with used syringes. The shops are boarded up, robbed too many times to reopen, and families once proud to call California home are packing up and leaving, not for opportunity, but for safety and sanity. This is a leader who gives lectures on conserving electricity, but insists on 10 high-powered spotlights just to deliver one of those very lectures. A man who doesn't actually solve homelessness, he just reads it a few blocks down and labels that displacement as policy progress. He talks about the politics of hope, but the public, exhausted, overtaxed, and overwhelmed, is left quietly whispering, How about the politics of action for a change? Because at some point, slogans don't shine anymore. People don't want poetry, they want solutions. And all Gavin seems to offer is lighting, language, and a lingering sense that he's always performing while the state behind him falls further into crisis.